that that today was like a special date, and I have an engineer and I have a contractor that have become my friends, and they are fighting for me. I can't explain to you how this is. I have two top professionals. The first one, I was going to buy his house. He ended up becoming my friend, and it turned out he's been working with the county for 2 years. So when the engineer called me a few weeks ago and says, you got to come to the county's office now, the guy said, can I go with you? And when I came in, he knew the people at the county. He shook their hands and knew them by name, and I was so shocked to see the guy that I just met was friends with the people at the county. So today, I came in, it was like a court case. I've never tried this before, and I've been in a court case or a few of them before, and I don't like that at all. So coming in today, but I saw the judge. He was, he's called a Grand Master Commissioner, Master Commissioner or something like that. He was very nice, very compassionate to the people, and I was really touched by the way he was working. It was really, he was a godly man. I could see that he was a righteous man. And then it came to my case, and I was kind of becoming more and more happy because he was just treating people really fairly. And then when he came to my case and he heard the name of the owner of the company that owns my property, oh, his face, his countenance changed totally. And he said, I know that property. That has been going on for many years, you know. And he says, I know where it is. And I was like, uh-oh. And he changed totally his countenance. He was like, so what's new this time again? And my engineer went up and presented his case. I asked my engineer, have you done this before? He says, no, very few times. But I just relied totally on the Holy Spirit, and I showed them respect. So I was like, no. I sat there, I was shaking, my knees were shaking because he was not friendly at all. It became very hostile because that place has not been built officially, and it's been there for 12 years and nobody has done anything about it. So, you know, they hate people that are investors, that don't do nothing about it, and the neighbors are complaining all the time. So this one was, it was like an eyesore in the county's eyes because it's been there for 12 years without permitting, yeah? So my engineer, he started like presenting, you know, he came in suit and ties like in a court case, you know, like in a courtroom. And I sat there in the back. I must admit, I know God is for me, but I'm still nervous because it did not look very nice. And he said, what are the violations? And my engineer, he just, you know, he put the pictures up of how the porch has been taken down and how all the code violations have been complied with. Is that what you said? Complied with and on time. So there was no case anymore. And the woman that was, I didn't know that the woman we talked with in the county, she was the one in charge. She was the one presenting the case. She was actually the agent against us. But the last thing she said when I was there last time, Pastor Christian, you're going to get your house, you know, like that. And now all of a sudden she was standing there. When she walked in, I didn't know she was the one who was going to be there presenting our case actually against us. But she smiled when she came in. And I was like, oh, you know, she's there. And then, my attorney, my engineer, he said, well, we need 6 months to prepare the drawings and pull the permits. And the judge, he was like, who is this man, Mr. Hedegaard? Is that one of the friends of the owner? Is this, he thought it was like another trick for them to postpone, because apparently they've done a lot of things to postpone. And he said, who is this, Mr. Hedegaard? Is this another trick? You know, like, is this another one? And so we have to postpone it again. And I was sitting down there, it's just me, you know, it's just me. And the engineer said, no, I learned a new word today. He said, he is an arm's length buyer. That means I'm not close to the seller. An arm's length buyer. I never heard that before. He's like somebody who doesn't know. He's buying it, you know, in a real way. And then they couldn't see me in the court papers. And then my engineer, he had the papers just printed out because he got them last night at 10 o'clock. And he could show them that I'm recorded on the deed. And when he saw that, and he realized that all the violations had already been complied with, he turned around and he said, okay, I give you 6 months. All the fees, which was like, I think $30,000 on the property, all that was waived. And he said, I'll give you 6 months to come up with the drawings, with pulling the permits, which means that our building now Do you understand what happens now, right? It means that the building that doesn't exist has become existing now.
Amen.
So when I send in my building application now, I don't have to build any walls, I don't have to build any floors. I have a 12,000 square foot building that doesn't exist nowhere, and all of a sudden today it became into existence. That means they probably spent close to $500,000 building that structure that was never permitted. I get that for free now. I bought it for the land price, but now all of a sudden the structure is existing, which means the whole thing is worth double of what I paid for it just a few weeks ago. Do you understand? This is a big miracle. And now the engineer, the architect is flying in from Holland on Friday. He's preaching here on Sunday, by the way, guys. My brother Hans Mullen is flying in just to do the architectural drawings. And we are meeting with the structural engineer, the main engineer, the architect, the general contractor Saturday morning at 8 o'clock. And as we left there, you know what, my friend who's a GC, he said, do you know how wild this is? He said, 3 days after this is being solved, you have the structural engineer and the architect, and it's all working ahead of you. That's pretty wild. And my friend Robert from Trinidad, he left today. When he heard this now, he said, oh, I already feel refreshing. This is God's doing this for you. He said, I can't wait to come back and start building on the project with you. You see, this is how God does things, yeah? Yeah.
Amen.
So I'm excited. I took Karen down the fields today for the first time. We have 9 acres that has just been overgrown down close to the lake. And big old trees, you know, with moss hanging down. It is so beautiful, that place. You can see it online. She put up a clip. But God is fighting for me. You hear me? And when I was thinking, am I blue in my face right now? Because he was so aggressive. But he turned around and gave us